flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000. But the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I got to have that Teej pack. Teej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Teej Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Teej Hanley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Teej pack. Feel the Teej, my friends. What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tapping into the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. It is Monday, May 22nd, 2023, year of our Lord. Lots of updates today. So, hope you guys had a phenomenal weekend. I absolutely had a phenomenal weekend, and it was awesome. Everything went well. Tapped in, ran into some people in the streets here in Detroit. It's not often that I get an opportunity to be able to chill in Detroit. I see my bag chasers is in the building. Shout out to my people. Let me give an early shout out to Classy Beats. Says, happy Money Day, AD. Appreciate you always showing love and giving so much value. Bag chasers, we up. You know, somebody, I was on Fight Club and I had to jump in because, you know, I always go in and I try to, you know, emphasize or I highlight how people need to cam up. I don't understand how the whole non-cam up thing happens or whatever like that, right? But people never want to actually get on camera. I don't understand, y'all. As content creators, don't y'all understand that the best product that you can put on comes from getting on camera? I never understand why people don't cam up. Now, I have a theory. My first theory is that they actually are afraid of what they look like. Most people, especially in the comfort of their own home or their ability to be able to come up and have a conversation, they look dusty. All right? I'll get into that in a minute because, again, I never know what I'm going to say before I get on here. But shout out to my dog, Classy BT. Got a phenomenal channel. I went over there and I was looking at his live streams. I check out a lot of the live streams, a lot of my bag chasers, and they be doing some awesome things. So shout out to Classy Beats doing your thing over there. You know, you never know who watching. Sometimes I say something in the chat. Sometimes I show up. Other times I just kind of stay in stay in the background and just chill and observe what it is that y'all got going on. Shout out to my girl Q. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to put the link to this. This is my favorite hoodie right now. I'm going to put the link inside of the description after the show for y'all to be able to, for those of y'all that restream or that's really wanting this hoodie, I'm going to put the link to this hoodie down in the description, but we're going to get to that shortly. In addition to that, Patreon members, I am going to update the Patreon with exactly where it is that we're going to be doing our Patreon meetup today. So if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Also, tomorrow I'm going to try to make sure that I get my time connected for y'all to be able to cam up either tomorrow or later on this week. I might do it on Sunday. I think Sunday will probably be better. Or maybe next Tuesday. I don't know. I got to work with Pocket Watching with JT and his calendar so that y'all can go up there and ask him any question that y'all want. Now, a lot of y'all don't really understand how much Pocket Watching with JT charge for a session, right? And so I'm working with him. He's been a good friend of mine. And anybody that's a part of the Bag Chasers know that me and Pocket Watching with JT did a previous live stream on in the Patreon, which you guys can go and watch now. You can go and restream it. But he allows for you guys to be able to cam up and ask him any question, especially with regard to your businesses, setting things up properly, trusts, real estate, all of his life experience as a result of it. You guys will be able to cam up and have a conversation with Pocket Watching with JT inside of the Patreon. Ask him any kind of question that y'all want in order to be able to properly have things situated, whether it's business, whether it's your estate, what you can and can't write off. I often on this platform tell you my experiences, but I tell y'all that I am not a financial planner or a certified professional. I'm just giving you the game based off of how it is that I experience it. So if you want to have that conversation with Pocket Watching with JT, make sure that you join the Patreon. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top. Wait a minute. It ain't even pinned to the top of the chat. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me pin that to the top of the chat. I just realized that we don't even have it pinned to the top of the chat. So I got to make sure that that's taken care of. I don't want to say it's pinned to the top of the chat without it being pinned to the top of the chat. But I got a couple of different things that I want to go over, and I have a phenomenal show lined up for you guys today. So I'm excited to be able to kick it with you. Also, shout out to the sponsor of the show, Teej Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. If you are using any other Teej product, I'm a multitasker. Anton runs everything. I run everything on my own. I don't have no help, no extra cameramen, no none of that. I'm 100% rocking out on my own. If you have any other product, as far as like using any other Teej subscription or product or anything like that, I would encourage you to cancel that, including a product that I may have gave you before. So I may have gave you a link before. I want y'all to cancel that and get the new Teej, right? And actually, next week I plan on probably giving out some Teej. I think I'm gonna give out some free Teej, some Teej packs, just for the sake of conversation, just to hold y'all down, just because I appreciate y'all. That's it, just because. Anyways, again, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Finally, here in Detroit on June 9th, I will be in the building. And this is not a Patreon exclusive, but this is for everybody. Make sure you get your tickets. Link is in the description. I am going to be in the building June 9th at the Garden Theater, and I'm going to have my friends with me. I'm going to have multiple different comedians. I'm bringing my dog, Charleston White. He's going to put on a full show, and we're going to have a great time. So if you are not a part of the Bag Chasers, it's okay. This is your one opportunity to be able to catch me in person. Pull up, get your tickets, show up. It's going to be a beautiful night. We got a lot of laughs, a lot of comedy, and it's going to be an awesome show in my hometown here in Detroit. June 9th. Go ahead and get your tickets. If you're from out of town, go ahead and book your flights, get your hotel rooms. It's going to be popping, all right? We're going to have an excellent time. That link is in the description. And again, I'm going to put the link to the hoodie in the description after the show for y'all to be able to do y'all thing. Now, let's get into the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to save my monologue. Well, not a monologue, but I'm going to save my thoughts for you guys to be able to cam up afterwards. And I'm going to tell you why that's so important. I went to the show this weekend, and actually it was yesterday. All right. So I like to go out, and I'm out and about, and I'm chilling. And when I wake up in the morning, I usually have family day. So it'll usually be me, Rita, my daughter, whatever like that. My daughter couldn't go yesterday because I forced her to stay in the house in order to be able to clean up her room, change her fish tank water out, everything. She got to get her homework done. So she was kind of sort of on punishment because I needed her to do the thing that she was supposed to do that she didn't do the day before. So she couldn't come out. So it was just me and Rita yesterday. And we go out. And so we walking around in downtown Royal Oak, which is a suburb of Detroit. Phenomenal place. And we walk over into the movie theater. And Rita says she wanted to go to the show. So I'm cool with that. Whatever it is that you want to do. I was a little bit bothered by the idea that the show that she wanted to see was a Disney movie. Now, she don't know no better. She just sees stuff. She hear what her friends say, and she say, yo, I want to go out to the show, and I want to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You know, it looks like a fun movie. Raccoon, whatever, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So I make the sacrifice. Yes, I had to spend a little bit of money with Disney. I'm a little bit bothered by that, but neither here nor there. So me and my wife, we go out to the show. And we have a good time. It was a actually pretty good movie. I didn't spot anything agenda pushing with regard to the alphabet community in this movie. I might have missed it. Who knows? But there were several different themes, right? And the first theme that I seen was this thought process about God, right? And I don't want to give away the spoiler of the movie or anything like that, but that was the first thing. Not a big deal. The second thing that I seen was an advocating towards animals. Raccoon is a part of the thing. Whatever, cool, no big deal. But let me tell you the thing that I really caught and I paid attention to. If anybody has seen the other Guardians of the Galaxy, if you've seen any Marvel movie, if you've seen the Thanos movie, the Avengers, all of that other type of stuff, just to bring you up to speed, because I know it may not be some women in the audience that may not be up to speed. You might not be a movie buff or a Marvel or comic book buff, but Thanos snapped away, and then they, reversed it, and they brought them all back. Gamora, which is played by Zoe Saldana. Is it Zoe Saldana? Gamora is played by Zoe Saldana. She's a black woman, right? So he brought her back. Now, the main character in the Guardian of the Galaxy had a relationship with her. He's a white man, okay? The white man had a relationship with Zoe Saldana. Not a problem. You know, I don't align myself based off of the blackity blacks. The only thing that I care about is going where you're celebrated and not where you're tolerated. So I'm cool with that. Interracial relationships, awesome. But here's the caveat, right? I always wonder, because I like to reference pop culture, movies, music in order to really emphasize my point when we having conversations here on the Millionaire Morning Show and the Anton Daniels channel. Make sure that y'all subscribe to that other channel. We got a phenomenal show coming up tonight with Q. I might jump on the panel. You never know. But here's the thing. I always wonder if pop culture and what's happening in society is really a reflection of what it is that we see in movies. Because they were so in love, and, Star-Lord actually fought for her love, and he was willing to kill Thanos, her father, in order to get her and everything like that. And then Thanos sacrificed his daughter. Everybody's fighting for the black woman. Thanos had to sacrifice, and he tore his heart off in order to get one of the stones so that he can really save society, because Thanos was really the hero. Think about this for a minute. If you look at the symbolism through all of these movies, it's painting a picture. Thanos fought for Zoe. Her sister, that was a mechanic, or Thanos actually tore her up and everything like that. She was Thanos' favorite daughter, but then the sister that was actually more effective than she is, she got discarded, right? And then Star-Lord, he's fighting over this woman, right? He's the main character, the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Think about it, y'all. Now, when Thanos snapped her away, he loved her. But then when they brought back society and the next Avengers, she came back. but nobody really had a memory as a result of it, right? They forgot those years. But here's the caveat. He sought to find her affection, and she realized that he was telling the truth about who it was that what they had together and everything like that. And she's a feisty one. She was absolutely a feisty one, right? Now, this is not about Zoe personally. This is about the character in the movie, in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I will let this one spoiler out because it's largely the exact same thing that was happening in the second movie of Guardians of the Galaxy. She, as much as he cried and he got drunk and he wanted her back and he advocated for her and he fought her father for it and he showed them that he was a good man in this movie and he really stood for something, even the white man. You know what she said? You know what she said? I'm going over here with my friends for the streets. Facts. I'm going over here with my friends for the streets. I know you said what you thought that we had, and everybody keep talking about how good of a man that you are, but let me tell you something. I'm hanging out here with my friends for the streets. And I was sitting there with my wife watching a movie, and it's a lot going on. It's supposed to be about the raccoon and everything like that. And you know what she said? She said, "I don't need no man. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care if you're the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't care if you got your own fucking planet. I don't care how powerful you are. Listen, what you thought we had is much different than what it is that I'm experiencing over here. I'm hanging out with my homies. I honest to God, I'm sitting there in the movie. The Lord say, where two or three are gathered in his name, there he is in the midst of thee. I need a witness. Hello? Hey, what up? You busy?
Never too busy for you.
I'm on a live stream. I got a question for you. Okay. When we in the movies and we sitting there watching Guardians of the Galaxy last night, what did I say about Zoe Saldana? And you bust out laughing. You started laughing. I had to stop you from laughing so hard. You was so loud in the theater. What did I say?
Oh my goodness. You said that she must have been a black woman.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, I don't care how green she was in the movie, what her makeup was. If you never knew who the person that was acting at, for a fact that it was a black woman that was playing that role, and they sourced all of their information based off of the feminist movement, how women are operating today, and that it was a black woman. I promise you. I ain't telling no spoilers. I ain't telling y'all nothing different than what it is that you've seen in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. You should already watch Volume 2. Volume 3, I'm just telling you that it's a reflection of what it is that we see today in society. Gamora, who was played by Zoe Saldana in Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2 and Part 3, is a reflection of what it is that we see happening in society today. Modern one. I'm telling you, I cannot emphasize this any more than what it is that's happening in the movies is a reflection of what it is that we see happening in real life. I mean, he was waiting at the ship for her and trying to convince her, and you know what she did? I ain't gonna tell you what she did because then that's gonna spoil the movie. But I'm just giving to you straight. I'm gonna give it to you real. We are dealing with a crisis on our hands. And I'm gonna get into the show because the theme of this show is called Public Enemy Number One. Now, I had a clip that went viral a month back, a couple months back, whatever. I had a clip that went viral. A lot of different celebrities reposted it on their live stream. I got a lot of different things coming up. I'm gonna be in LA this weekend shooting with Marcellus Wiley. I got some stuff coming up with my dog Fat Man Scoop. So we was talking on the phone this weekend. I got a lot of things that's geared up for you guys. Shout out to my dog Trey Little. I'm definitely gonna be live streaming with you very soon. But Why is can somebody please time out Mr. Saturn so that we can make sure that we have a smooth live stream. We don't want any sub. Are we back? Are we back? All right, we back. We back. Apparently, they tried to, the stream got a little frozen, a little buffering, but we back. Seemed like every time I start talking about culture and society and modern women, that things start going off the rail. Hey, somebody, you don't have to hiding, but just go ahead and time out Saturn. If anybody want to see me in a hot dog suit, you are more than welcome to see me. I wore a hot dog suit. It was a costume that I used to wear inside of corporate America in order to galvanize the team, in order to do certain things during Halloween. But the video is on my channel, on the Anton Daniels channel. I shot it during the pandemic in order to emphasize something to you guys about marketing and going about doing things unapologetically. So if you want to see my hot dog suit video, you can go over to Anton Daniels channel. But no sub promotion of other nonsense and content. We don't do that here. But culturally, we are in a crisis. There has never been a time where we are more under attack as far as a society, a culture, the whole 9 yards, that then would prevent us from being incredibly successful, right? You have a ton of women that are raising feminine men that then continue to empower women to do the thing that is not best for us. You have a culture of people that want to continuously chase and tear down the thing that is best for you by then spinning a narrative that's not true. You have so many people leaning into the thing that is not best for you just for clout. How many times do we see people do things just for likes on Instagram? How many times do we see women making a decision that's not in the best interest of the man or the family, but they making the decision that's in the best interest of themselves? I had a conversation with a woman over the weekend, and she literally told me, first, I was in support of her because she was like, oh man, it's women that choose to leave relationships, single mothers, they decide to be single, so on and so forth. I said, cool. As we continued through the conversation, because it was a group of us, she said, if my husband cheat, let me tell you what the scenario is. She says, if my husband cheated on me and got another woman pregnant, I will be okay with staying with him as long as he never took care of that kid. Maybe he can be financially responsible, but he can't have any place in that kid's life. I said, so what would you do if he decided to have a place in that kid's life? Oh, I'm leaving him. I said, so wait a minute. You was just telling me about baby mama culture and how women choose to be a baby mama. And then you're voluntarily putting your kids in the worst position possible. You would stay with him as long as he provided financial support, but didn't actually provide physical support. But you selfish enough to remove your child from that kid's life and break up your home if he chooses to also participate in that other kid's life. Why? She said, because I'm selfish. She straight up told me, she said, because I'm selfish. You can't make this up. You can't make these scenarios up. And so I said, so you're going to do the thing that makes you feel good and not the thing that's in the best interest of your children. All because you would want to get back at the man. Now here's the caveat. Here's the caveat. This is the beautiful part about this whole conversation. This man is also a stepfather to the kid that she had at 16 years old before he ever came into the picture. So the man chose to be a stepfather and then had another kid with her. I said, so what would you do about the fact that he married you and he became a stepfather and adopted your child? She said, I would make sure that I got the payment and child support for him because now he is legally responsible in order to pay for my child. I said, so wait a minute. You would force this man to step outside of the physical nurturing of his biological child But you would force him to financially take care of a child that's not even biologically his just because he married you as a single mother. She said, yeah, he's legally required to do so. It was the wildest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. And she was a chameleon because she presented herself in the beginning of the conversation amongst all of the people like she was in support of men. And this is the problem. This is the problem. I was able to get it out of her because I understand that if you let people talk long enough, they're going to reveal to you exactly who they are. They're going to slip up. They're going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you what they really are and all of this other type of stuff. The problem is that a lot of y'all go on dates thinking that you courting a woman when in reality, she's just putting her best foot forward. You don't get to see the bodies. You don't get to see the trauma. You don't get to see the environment in which she's raised in. You don't get to see the side dudes that she already got. You don't even get to see if she's really already got a husband. How many of y'all have ran into women? Let's cook. We got a show today. How many of y'all have ran into women who said they just getting out of a relationship? Let me do you one better. How many of y'all have ran into women? Because I was at the bar this weekend. If you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on Twitter, make sure you tap into my Instagram and Twitter. The link is in the description. How many of y'all have ran into women who say that they're no longer with their husband, they're going through a divorce, they in a separation? Because you asked her why she still got on her ring. And she might have told you, oh, I just put this on in order to make sure that guys don't really get at me, or it makes me look more professional when I'm in this certain setting. You know what that is? It's a lie. It's a finesse. It's a finesse. What makes you think she's going to treat you any differently than she treated the dude that was before you? This man actually went through the process of marrying her and giving her his last name. What makes you think that she's going to treat you any differently than the father of her children? She's still carrying his last name. She has his children, and she's willing to walk away from the relationship and make him pay financial support because she needs to find herself and find her happiness. Why do you think, as a man, as a stepfather, that you are going to undo or do the thing that the men, the countless men, and the man that she married before you was unable to successfully accomplish? Why do you think you him? Those are my pronouns. My pronouns is am, him. Himothy. That's my nickname, Himothy. Why do you think that, and why are you willing to take the financial risk? I had another guy that was in that same conversation that told me that he wouldn't get a prenup if he went into a relationship with women with kids. I said, what is wrong with you? Who raised y'all? Who raised you niggas? Who raised you to believe that you are him? You are not Jimmy Butler. You are not him. You are not Anton Daniels. You are not him. You're not even Morgan Freeman. You are not Himothy. What makes you think that she values you more than she valued the man that put his last name on her, put multiple different C's in her, and she was still willing to walk away for her own benefit or her own happiness? Well, who do you think you are? You think you better than us, huh? You smarter than us. You stronger than us. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. I know a lot of y'all like to be Captain Save 'em. You put your cape on, you put your E40 music on, and you run out here and you think that you're blinded by the pussy, fam. You're blinded by the looks. You're blinded by the BBL. You're blinded by everything, family. And many of men has come and fallen, victim and fallen on a sword to a pretty face, a slim waist, and some good head. We all grown here. The kids are supposed to be in school. Your kids are supposed to be in school. Plenty of men has fallen victim to a pretty face, slim waist, and some good head. Don't you do it. Walk the fuck away. For every dude that is sitting here contemplating and is having second thoughts about the possibility of getting married and taking care of another man's kids, understand this. If you didn't hear anything that I said today, because we about to really get into the show. If you didn't hear anything I said today, understand this. You are going to now be married to him and her. You are going to be married to him and her. Because you're not going to detach yourself from a man that is tied to the children. And at any point, he can walk back in that child's life. And he has an emotional attachment to those children. Those are his kids. That's his seed. They look like him. When he walk in the door, and he could have been in jail for the last 5, 10, 15 years. That kid, most kids inherently want to understand where they came from. Y'all still trying to fucking understand where you came from. And you so far removed from Africa, you don't even know who your real father is. It don't matter if that kid is 10, 12, 15, 17, 21, 23, 25, 30, 35, 47. That kid is going to search out who it is that they truly are. And when they see that person, they're going to be looking in the mirror like, damn, we look just alike. And they're going to forgive them and they're going to build a relationship. And your ass is going to be looking like a dumbass. Bro, it's an imprint. It's DNA. It's labeled on them within their bloodline and their bloodstream. They're going to be naturally attracted to them like Hancock. You think you're doing this world a service. I told them, and I'm going to leave it at this, and we're going to get into the show. I told them this weekend, I said, listen, you think you're doing women a disservice. She said, well, what about all of the men from the 30s and the 40s and the 50s that went in and they took care of kids that wasn't even theirs as a part of the community? And I said, that's why we are where we are right now. She said, how's that? I said, because you've never had to hold anybody accountable, and everybody understands that they can do whatever it is that they want, and they can leave their situation and still be okay with it. You would think differently if you had a life or death situation. It's almost like taking a risk in a video game. You know you're going to respawn. You know you got another opportunity. You got 9 lives on there. You got extra lives, so you're going to jump off the bridge and see what the fuck happens. When you know that it's a life or death situation and it ain't no safety net, you make a completely different decision. And that's why we need to bring shaming back. That's why we need to hold people accountable. And that's why we need to do things differently as far as setting standards by which men don't subject themselves to situations that they did not do or put themselves in the first place. Don't do it. There is no box, no head, no waist, no nothing. I don't care whether or not they keep on telling you a woman enhance you, all of that other type of stuff. There is no woman on the face of this fucking earth that is worth putting yourself in a financial bind for the rest of your life taking care of another man's kids. I said it. It is what it is. I don't care who disagree with me. That's what I stand on. Let's get into the show. Shout out to y'all. I'm going to be reading super chats throughout the show. Shout out to Controlled Substance Podcast says, Anton, you surprised by her actions? Her name is Gomorrah from the Bible. That name isn't accidental. I didn't even realize that. Shout out to Controlled Substance Podcast. I appreciate you for holding me down, my friend. Thank you to everybody. Shout out to Mike, that dude, for the early super chat. I appreciate y'all. We rocking out today. Y'all ready to get into the show? Y'all ready to get into the show? Y'all ready to get into the show? Ladies, don't feel a certain type of way because listen, you wouldn't tell your son to do it. And so I wouldn't tell your son to do it either. Let's get into it. Stepfathers. Catching L's all across the board. This thing went viral over the past week / past weekend. It's a bad situation. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you triggered, if you're feeling a certain type of way about the content that we're going to do, come back tomorrow. I understand. You don't want that. You're not really trying to have this conversation today. You don't want the reality. You want me to fluff you up. I'm with it. But we're going to have this conversation today and we're going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Stepdaughter, all right? She wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle. Now let me give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter.
Let's stop there. Stepdaughter. This is a man that thought that he could save the community, ladies and gentlemen. This is a man that thought that he could save the community, ladies and gentlemen. He said his stepdaughter wants her biological father to walk her down the aisle. Oh, nothing more painful than a. Listen, I expect to get stabbed. I just didn't expect to turn around and see you doing it. I expect to get stabbed. I just didn't expect to turn around and see you as the person that was holding a knife. Whew.
She just graduated from university, which I paid for. Now, she went to an in-state university, but it still cost me about $40,000.
This is hurting my heart all way already. He paid for this woman to go to college. In-state university, $40,000. $40,000.
Now, I also bought her a car. I bought her a car straight after high school. That way she could go back and forth to school. I bought her a car. She still lives with me and her mother. She does not have a job. Now, she's set to be married on August the 8th. And for the past 6 months, that's all her mother been talking about doing. Being occupied with, being consumed most of their time. Now, her daddy, he don't contribute to not 1 cent on her. Not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because, you know, she didn't fight for that. I guess that's just what the settlement was. And he only around to make promises. I do that for you, I do this for you, and then take off. And then she.
Let's summarize up to this point, ladies and gentlemen. Let's summarize. Another man steps into the role of a man that wasn't fulfilling his obligations. Mother takes control and says he don't have to pay no child support. He don't even have to play no role in this girl's life. But we're not going to prevent him from being able to have access to her because she deserves to know who her real father is, obviously. But this man right here did the right thing according to what he thought the right thing was. Paid for her to go to college, sent her to school, nurtured her, fed her, put clothes on her back, made sure that she was provided and protected for. Now that her and the mother is going through and she's about to get married. He gave an exact date. This don't sound like no finesse. This sounds like a real life situation. Let's continue.
She'd be heartbroken, but she adores her father, right? So, like I said, she's set to be married in August. And the wedding venue, I told them they could have it in my home. The wedding venue can hold about 250 people, right?
That's a big house. That's a big house. That's a big house. Listen, they not in no shack. He says she loves her father. Oof. Stab me in the heart.
Now I said, hey, I got a list of 20 people that I want to come to the wedding. I'm paying for this at my house. I want these 20 people to come. Do y'all know Saturday, I see one of my friends at the golf course, right? He's supposed to come to the wedding. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna see you at the wedding, right? He said, I only got an announcement. I didn't get an invite. I'm like, nah. I'll let my girlfriend and stepdaughter know to send out the invitations on these few people, and you're supposed to get an invite. He said, I got something, but it was an announcement. So we walked to his car because I want to check, right? And sure enough, it was an announcement. So I went and talked to my girlfriend and said, did you invite those 20 people to the wedding that I told you about? Man, she didn't invite none of them. She said 250 people was a little tight, and I don't think we can get your 20 people in there. Man, I was pissed.
So he paying for a wedding that his people can't even go to. He paying for a wedding that his people can't even go to. He said he wanted 20 people. This is what y'all rocking with? This is the simping that y'all doing? This is what y'all believe in? This is where y'all stand? This is what we doing now, huh? He can't even control his girl. He can't even control. Bro. You can't even control your hoe? I mean, I ain't mean to say hoe. I'm not talking about him and his chick or whatever, but in a general sense, you can't control your hoe, fellas? Because she is a hoe, especially in the bedroom. She better be hoeing if she in the bedroom. You can't control your hoe? That's how he found himself in this situation in the first place. Simping. You can't control your hoe? You can't control her. She control you. That's how you found yourself in this situation in the first place. Okay, let's continue.
And the people that were supposed to come, they pissed as well. Then she's going to say, if any of the people that we already invited don't RSVP, then we'll get some of your people in here. I'm like, what? Man, that's crazy, man. Don't even worry about it, man. I'll just be mad. All right? So now, the crazy part about it is, when I check the invitations, they don't even have my name on them. They have her real daddy and her on the invitation that I paid for. I paid for these invitations. How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on there?
Give me a little bit of rope here, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a little bit of rope here. Hold on. I'm going to be reading super chat shortly. I appreciate the super chat. Shout out to Trucker Yale. Give me a little bit of rope here, ladies and gentlemen. This could quite possibly be the simp of the year in every way, shape, and form. And I'm going to tell you why. If she's working with the real daddy, is it a possibility? Is it a possibility that the real daddy is still busting her down? I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying that that's true. If the real daddy is the one that's on the invitation and he's the one that's paying for it, is it a possibility that it's not a completely over relationship? Just curious. Yo, I don't put anything past women. You would be surprised. Gentlemen, y'all don't understand. These women are demons. Demons, bro. And you got to understand, just because you the one that she with don't mean that you're not the one that she settled for. He may not have been that great of a man. No, Logic, no. This is real. This is a real thing, bro. This is a real thing, Logic. I see you, bro. Bro, it's no way in the world that you see the biological father, this woman that who you're taking care of, her daughter, is still doing this, not even worried about what you would think or what you feel, and they feel comfortable enough to put the real daddy on the... If she has no regard for him and she not even worried about what it is that he gonna think, and she completely disregarding of what it is that he's standing for, and in every way, shape, and form, this man has no control in his own household. He has no control in his own household. If this is the situation based off of how he painting it, let's continue.
Cool. Couple days later, I'm hosting the venue at my house. Hosting the...
Why did he just say cool? Like it was cool for the dude to be on the invitations.
Family at my house, okay? It's me, stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents, right? Trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up. My stepdaughter's real daddy. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. He probably just coming to the wedding, right?
Yo, do you know how wild it would be? Just think about this, and let alone in his situation. Dog, let's say you knew your homegirl's ex, right? And y'all run into each other, and then he walk in and he give her a hug like, "What's up, baby girl? Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up, little homie?" I believe in every way, shape, and form, that this man's chick ain't really his chick. Is no way that this man's chick is really his chick. That's both of theirs. Actually, he just gonna keep it at your house, homie. Yo, that's the biological father. That's his girl. He just letting you hold on. He letting you take care of it. You the mark. How do you know? Listen, fellas, how do you know when you the mark? How do you know when you the mark? Do y'all know how to spot when you the mark? Do you know when you are the one that's getting finessed, when you the mark? You the mark. You are Sam Rothstein from Casino dealing with Ginger. And Ginger is going to take all of the jewelry and take it back to the pimp. Let's continue. I'm reading Super Chat shortly. I see you over there, Jamal Parks.
But tell me why my stepdaughter proceeds to stand up and what? The wedding that I'm paying for in my house? That daddy don't do nothing for you? It's giving you away? Oh, and they were just so happy and smiling. Oh, yay, great. Inside, I was fuming. Inside, I wanted to cry or punch somebody. Probably want to do both, honestly. So I took that time to stand up and give a toast as well. I said, you know.
Oh, not you gonna stand up for yourself, right? Okay, go ahead.
I owe the groom and the bride a deep debt of gratitude because they have opened my eyes tonight. Oh, everybody at the table was just smiling. They have let me know that my position in this family is...
Logic, go ahead and get you a German chick, bro. Y'all don't realize how many dudes is really experiencing this in real life. I'm telling you, look. When I get some of these coaching calls, and this is a fact, this is a whole fact. When I get some of these coaching calls and a lot of people reach out to me and they just be honest with me and they just be real and we get to the root of the cause, because the first coaching call that I have with somebody, I got to learn who you are. I got to know where you came from. I got to know why you got into the situation. And I need you to be absolutely real with me. And it just be me and them on the phone or on a Zoom call. And I'm telling you that this is a real thing and this happens more often than you think. It is a lot of guys that are in way worse situations than him. It's a lot of guys that's in just as bad situations as him. And it's a lot of guys that's about to put themselves in the same exact position as him. And I'm telling you, I see it every single day. I see it every single day. It's dudes that's literally operating with this exact same playbook every single day.
It's not what I thought it was. Oh, you should have saw the frowns, man. Now they mad. It done got serious. I let them know I am not the godfather or, the head of the family that I thought I was, the loved one that would be seeked out in times of need. Nah. I realized I'm an ATM.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
So.
And they making withdrawals and no deposits. He making the deposits, you making the withdrawals. He deposited it in her drawers, and then you making the withdrawals out of your bank account in order to pay for her lifestyle, big dog.
Since I have been replaced as host of the wedding, I shall be giving my financial duties to the new host. And I will back out monetarily.
No, you need, listen. The best thing that he said this whole video was that he's just a boyfriend. Is that she his girlfriend? The thing that he needs to do is back out of the whole relationship because he is completely disrespected. He is completely disrespected. Nobody respects him. The only smart decision that he possibly made is the fact that this chick is just his girlfriend and not his actual wife. That he don't have any legal ties to this woman whatsoever.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
Now, after the announcement, a whole lot of snickering was going on around the table, right? A lot of mumbling, but they didn't say anything to me. Nobody addressed me now. Now, later that night, tell me why my girlfriend gonna come to me talking about how I'm ruining so much. how I'm ruining so much for backing out, and how her daughter ain't gonna have her dream wedding, and
how her daughter ain't gonna have her dream wedding. Her daughter, see, you remember that? It's her daughter. It's not our daughter. It's her daughter. She don't respect you, homie. They don't have no regard for you. You ain't nothing but a simp. You the mark.
my daughter ain't this and that. Okay, well, it's apparent that I'm not family in this family. So the family should take care of it, right? That's my stepdaughter. I mean, it ain't even my stepdaughter, really. It's my girlfriend. I just happen to be around her for the last 10 years. But tell me why the next day, my girlfriend trying to show me how much I'm ruined, right? She takes me to where they planning the wedding, and the wedding planner showed me, all the things they got going down, everything they got set up. I look at the venue. They got some father-daughter dances, right? 3 songs. All of them cater to her real dad, not me. I looked at the food they got. 2 of the dishes got stuff I'm allergic to in it. I just started laughing. Like, they want me to pay for this?
Now he paying attention to all of the details. Now he paying attention to the food palette, and that he can't even eat the food that they chose. Oh, I think I'm gonna do a Mount Sentmore. A Mount Sentmore.
His name on it, not mine. His songs, not mine. The food, I can't eat the food. And the 20 people out of 250 that I wanted, they can't even come in my house. Wow. Okay. It's wild, man. So I went on ahead and let her know I will not be there, and neither will my money. Yeah,
nigga, but you going home? Man, listen. It's hard for me to feel sorry for these guys that's running in the sucker Olympics. Man, he ain't doing nothing. Let me tell you what's going to really happen. Let me tell y'all what's going to really happen. He's still going to be there. He's still going to be there. And he going to pay for the wedding. And he going to watch the daddy, the real daddy, dance with the daughter. And he going to pay for it. And he going to pay for it. This is who y'all are. When you look in the mirror, I want you to see this angry man face right here. I want you to see this face right here. When you look in the mirror, fellas, I want you to look. Logic think. Logic is in the chat acting like. See, Logic think that guys think like him. Logic, how many times do we see these dudes act and operate with the same perspective? They have on a tough hat. They have on a Scully. They think that they tough. They talking tough on the internet, and then you talk to them and they be like, yeah, I got 2 that ain't mine and 1 in a possible. Like they playing spades. These niggas is playing spades with these women. We see dudes every single day that's playing spades. Got 2 books and then 1 in a possible on the way. She got 2 books, you got 1 in a possible. Every single day we see it. The toughest dudes. The toughest guy. Can I be honest? Can I be honest with y'all? The toughest guys. And this is, listen, y'all never going to be able to unsee this now that I'm telling it to you. It's not the dudes that just be chilling, slow motion. It's some of them too. The dudes that's just chilling, trying to get money, they ain't tripping about it. They not the ones that's getting finessed. They not the ones that's getting finessed. They may have some other issues that they got to deal with, but it's the tough dudes. It's the thugs. It's the dudes that did a stint in prison or did a little bit of jail time. The thugginess, I got my Scully on. I'm out here running the streets. Your favorite rappers, those are the ones that's the biggest simps. I kid you not. Check your family tree. Check your family tree for the dude that's willing to snuff another dude out immediately and tell me that he ain't the simp. Tell me that he ain't the mark. It's the ones that's brolic, the ones that's willing to catch an L. Those be the ones that be about to crash out over these chicks on the streets. Dog, they will fight you. They will fight you over a chick that they don't even know. Look, dog, you know how much courage, you know how much courage you gotta have to run up on a dude that you don't know to defend a chick that ain't even yours. I've seen tough guys literally get out the car and go and stop an argument that's happening between two couples or a couple, and then they both kick his ass. And she still leave out with the dude. How many times have you seen a captain save him go over there and try to stop a dude from beating up on a chick or something like that, or they getting into it or whatever, and then she wind up with the guy anyway? The thuggingest, toughest dudes is the biggest marks and simps. And every woman know it. That's why they saying it in the chat. Azriel saying it, Beautiful Disaster. They always know that that's the dude that's getting handled the easiest. Check your family tree. Check your homeboys. Watch. Let me read these super chats. I got a hell of a show lined up for y'all today. Trucker Yale says, I would have hit the nuke button. Ain't no damn way. I don't know about that, Trucker Yale. Trucker Yale, you know we know your history. See, Trucker Yale is a tough. That's my dog, Trucker Yale. I got to be honest with you. But Trucker Yale, you a step baby daddy, Trucker Yale. You cut from that cloth, Trucker Yale. You was willing to take on. Can I be real or can I be real? Trucker Yale, see, you can't tell me that you would be a dude that would cut out. Because Trucker Yale, that's what you be on. I know how much money you make. I will say that Trucker Yale get a bag. Trucker Yale be getting that bag. I mean, Trucker Yale is above $300,000 a year, but Trucker Yale, you taking care of a chick. I don't know what to say because I like you my dog. But you can't tell me the tough talk, Trucker, if I know who you really are, big dog. I'ma leave at that. I'ma leave it as it is, bro. Trucker, yeah. I'ma leave. Oh. It's going to be a hell of a show today. Tell your friends and family. Y'all better tune in for this one. We got a whole lineup for you. Shout out to Trucker. I appreciate you for the 2-ball. And Trucker, listen, I don't ask for super chats. I don't ask for cash apps. But Trucker, I know what kind of bag you're getting, and I know what kind of bag I'm helping you get. So I'm going to need you to come with a little bit better than a 2-ball to represent for the click. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Levi Apparel. Levi Apparel says, hard feeling sorry when a sign were there, red light. Shout out to Levi Apparel. John Doe is in the building. Says, I don't see the point of investing in another man's child. Emotionally or financially, to be honest, I don't feel sorry. Hashtag lesson learned. Jamal Perks is in the building. Says, appreciate you. Just secured 7 remote job offers today. Starting my 3rd stream of income. Might even have 4 or 5. We'll see. You must be using that leverage that I gave you inside of the Patreon for that video. Shout out to the Bag Chasers and Jamal Parks. I appreciate y'all. If y'all not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Trucker, yeah, that's why you laughing. Look. Watch this. Yeah, Trucker, yeah. I done heard your story, big dog. You can't finesse me. Wealth Building Journey says, this is a lesson in self-respect. Either you have it or you don't, plain and simple. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, the Wealth Building Journey. Meredith Politics and Sports is in the building. Says, the real daddy is still busting the girl down. Y'all girlfriends y'all girlfriends and y'all wives, a lot of y'all step baby daddies, yeah, they might not want y'all to watch this one. Y'all might have to go in the bathroom and watch this one with the volume down low or with your headphones on. And then she gonna bust in. Boom! What you looking at? Rickster says, it's a simple Olympics for real. Shout out to Rickster. Lamar Black Attack is in the building. Says, I believe everybody needs to get in contact with their shadow, referencing the Swedish psychologist Carl Jung. because sometimes we needed to come out and put our foot down. Nah, man, listen. Since the beginning of time, man's the weakest part of a man is in his pants. And the minute that y'all master that, the minute that y'all become great. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Teach Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. If you got any other Teach product or you used any other link, make sure you cancel that shit and go and use the one that's in the description so that we can make sure you get your 30% off and plus your free gift, because we want the best for you. We don't want you out here looking like a dusty. Also, live show here in Detroit, June 9th. Get your tickets. Link is in the description. We doing one night only. VIP tickets, meet and greet. I'm going to be in the building. Charleston White going to be in the building at the Garden Theater. It's going to be lit. Sponsored by your boy, Anton Daniels. We bringing out all of my friends. I might have a couple of celebrities lined up for y'all, but we definitely going to have a lineup of comedy in the house, including your host and Charleston White. Going to be kicking it. Shout out to all of the people that already got tickets. It's going to be lit. Make sure you get your tickets. The link is in the description. Absolutely. All right, so let's continue. I don't know where to go with the next one. All right, this is where we going to go. This is where we going to go. Now, we going to go way left on this one, all right? Because I did and I'm going to be reading super chats throughout the show. Shout out to Chike Auto LLC. I did a live stream, or I did a title for a live stream in which I wanted the people to have this conversation before I actually had this, because I was kicking it with my dog, Stepfather Cole. Shout out to Stepfather Cole getting in them sweet watery guts. And I caught Stepfather Cole's video. So shout out to him, because he's the inspiration behind this. And if Stepfather Cole didn't do it, if he didn't expose me to this, if Stepfather Cole didn't expose me to this, then I would have never known, because I don't watch Destiny. But I asked the question over the weekend, and the question was, has Destiny, the dude with the blue hair, and Sneeko, formerly Red Pill extraordinaire that then dealt with Penguin and got apparently put in his place, Rollo Tomasi, where was the balance, right? I was trying to understand where was the balance. Now, the more that I watch a lot of these content creators, because when you watch one or two, they then start to pop up in your YouTube algorithm, and I understand that. But the more that I watch these content creators and I see all of these different debates going on and so on and so forth, somebody told me that Destiny be letting dudes bust down his chick. Now, I would never believe that, because I haven't heard it come out of his mouth personally. And if y'all actually have the video in which he said that he operates to where she can go out and have sex with any other man or woman that she wants to have sex with, then feel free to send that to me, because I'd like to review that video. I'm very, very interested in that. But I've always looked at content creators with a weird eye, because the things that they have a conversation about versus what they do in their real life it can be weird, because they people just like you, right? They're people just like you and me, which is one of the reasons why I like to live my life like an open book. Now, I may get criticized for that, but the reality is that you know more about me than you know about them. You know more about what I do on a regular basis and what my life is like, and that's why I expose what it is that my relationship is like and how it is that I operate with my parent and my wife and my wife's mother and my brothers, and how I do my business, and y'all get to meet me in real life, so you get to see that energy, you get to feel it, right? But when I heard that Abba was doing an in-person live stream with Destiny, I like to do interviews, but I'm not really the type of person that want to live stream with you in person. Like, I'm never going to call a guy, because I'm going to get into the video, but I'm never going to call a guy and then be like, hey, fam, let me come and link up with you. And even the thumbnail look wild. Hey, man, I'm about to fly to your city so that we can live stream with my wife right here. Dog, when I first seen this, because I thought that Destiny was like he had a green screen on him, and then he was just like spying on this chick. When I first seen this, I thought Destiny had a green screen, that he was spying on his chick, seeing her on the camera to see how she would operate when he not in there, and like he was trying to catch her or something. And then I seen like she touched his shoulder, and I said, okay, I got to stop the video because I need to review this in front of the people, right? And he was really in the room. That's not a green screen. That's not a hidden camera or nothing. He's in the room, and they're salsa dancing. Yes, they are behind him. They are absolutely. Let's just play the video. Let's get into it. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let's get into it, y'all.
You ever taken any dance classes?
I used to compete in ballroom dancing.
Hey!
So I know all of those
You and Ayla.
dances. Yeah, exactly.
Are you guys over here
Isn't
just
that
fucking
weird?
perfect forms?
I haven't done it in so long though.
Wait, what kind of ballroom? What are you doing?
All the 10 dances. I was competing all of them.
That's a lot. Which
Yeah.
one's your favorite? You one of them foxtrot
My
motherfuckers? You be like,
one? I don't know if I had a favorite one.
Hey, cut the camera off. Why is this dude just sitting there silent while a dude is gaming up his chick? Dawg, is no way that I'm sitting on a stream, on Twitch, YouTube, whatever, while a dude is gaming up my chick in the background, and I'm just sitting, acting like I'm paying attention to what the chat is doing. Cut the stream. Cut the stream. Cut it off. That's what I'm gonna tell the people. Cut it off in the background. Hit the button.
you ever seen her
They're all
dance?
very different. No, you've never seen it. I haven't done it in years, is the thing. So I'm very curious if I started. But like I can understand, like if we danced, you would be able to like what do you
Lead
call
you.
it? Like yeah, exactly, really well. Because I would probably figure out like the basic steps, and I would figure out like how to do everything.
All right, let's find out.
No.
Find out.
Oh no! Don't grab my arm. Don't grab my chick's arm. Don't touch her hand. Don't say let's find out. Is this what y'all rocking with? Is this what the culture is? I'm very uncomfortable. I'm very, very, very uncomfortable right now. I'm very uncomfortable watching a man grab my chick's arm to go and dance behind me in the room while we on the live stream. Cause y'all not out just at the bar and she just out on it and then y'all just dance. Yo, this is wild. Y'all in the house with no music. It ain't no music. No music. Shout out to Classy Beats. Read the super chat shortly.
Uh-oh.
No. Okay.
Mel time.
Why would I say this?
Mel time. It's
And she fit. And she fit. And then Destiny said, it's Melly time. Oh man, this cannot be life. This cannot be life. This cannot be it, y'all. This ain't it. It's Melly time. Hold on, let me rewind that.
uh-oh.
No. Okay.
Mel time.
Why would I say this?
Mel time. It's Mel
Oh,
time.
she got the
Yeah.
form. Okay, so we're just doing something.
Why does this dude got such a following? What the fuck is going on out here?
So we're just going.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
What the hell is happening?
Is that okay? Yeah.
There you go. Hey.
Right? It kind
See?
of works. Yeah.
5, 6,
Maybe.
7, 1. 5, 6, 7, 1. 5, 6, 7. Hey, she can really do it.
Nice
She can really do
Really
it.
kinda
No,
do
don't be so
it.
shy.
Yeah.
You got this.
Because I've done it so long.
That's fine. That's fine. I can tell you were like a little bit strained, but you good.
Yeah.
Y'all going for this? This is cool for y'all? Is this cool for y'all? With your hands on her arm and everything like that? You just watching emotionless while another dude is in your crib, in your chair, touching on your chick, and that's just cool. Y'all not territorial? Are y'all not territorial about another man in your house in a general sense? Like touching your chick? And he feel comfortable. Ain't no boundaries, ain't none of that. Like he feels comfortable salsa dancing. What is Destiny gonna do? What is Destiny gonna do? He feels comfortable enough doing this with your chick in the crib.
Yo, you want to know how she knew what she was doing? She did this. She went. That's how I knew, man. She started flexing them shoulders and them traps. I was like, oh, she not.
Oh shit! Look at this scene. This scene. Paul Enslaved said Anton is showing his insecurity and fragile ego. Yeah, whatever. Listen, call it whatever the fuck you want to do, but you never gonna put your hands on my chick's shoulders in my crib. Call it what you want. Now, okay, Paul Enslaved, because I've seen you cam up before, and I know how corny you are. I know that you the type of dude that feel comfortable with another chick fucking on your girl. I'm not that type of guy. All right, so I've actually seen you cam up before, right? And so you're telling me that you comfortable. I'm just curious because we all built differently. Maybe I got a fragile male ego. What the fuck is a fragile male ego? Ego is ego. Territory is territory. You don't let another dog inside of your house in order to be able to fill on your chick's shoulders and salsa dance on a fucking live stream. Where y'all from? Y'all ain't never had no fathers? Y'all ain't never had no fathers before? Y'all father ain't never told you not to let a dude touch your chick's waistline? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? That is literally something that a woman would say. Fragile male ego. What the fuck is a fragile male ego? We built to be territorial. We monsters. We dogs. We savages. Don't you understand that in the times of war, the spoils of war is the women and the children that you then take as trophies? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Fragile male ego. Okay, let me over your crib and let me salsa dance with your chick, and then let's see how that play out. Cool? Cool? Keep whining and you'll show it. Listen, y'all. I think that white men, let me be 100. Let me be 100. And this is one of the reasons why a person like Destiny feels comfortable doing this. White men are the weakest cuck type of dudes in the world. White men, and no, I'm not stereotyping, this is really a thing, have a fetish for being cucks. Y'all feel comfortable enough for y'all chick getting fucked on by a black dude. That turns y'all on. Y'all are the ones that actually failed us in society. All right, you wanted to go there? You wanted to come over here inside of the chat. You wanted to chat up hard and do all of this other type of shit. Okay, well, let's go there. Let's have a conversation. White men are the failures in society. White men are the reason why white women then recruited black women in order to come over into the feminist movement. White men are the original MGTOWs. They're the ones that first created go your own way. White men are the weakest men in society today. You were once great. Don't you know how great y'all was at one point? Y'all fucking came over here and y'all conquered this whole continent. The whole continent. Y'all fought for greatness. You went and finessed Africans into selling themselves over to y'all in order to be able to build the country. Don't you know how great y'all was at one time? You are a shell of your fathers. Listen, I think that black simps and black women is 1A and 1B as far as the greatest enemies of what's happening in society. Don't you understand? Hold on. We're going to come back to this video in 1 second. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Let me just cook for a minute. Don't y'all understand that you have nothing anymore? You are the most fragile in society. I can call you anything. You are the most unprotected, fragile, weakest. As a whole, y'all only slightly ahead of black people when it comes to how much money y'all make. Y'all women don't respect y'all. Y'all dicks are little. I pass you motherfuckers up every day and I give you $5 in order to go and get some lunch. It's no white person in society that should be begging for a handout or on the side of the road. You are broken. You are nothing. No white man in society can control. Bro, you don't even have no own power. You can't even control what's in your own household. The white men of today is a shell of the white men of yesteryear, because the white men of yesteryear, they was beasts. They was monsters. I got respect for y'all fathers, for y'all lineage. I don't have respect for none of you. The white men of today, I have zero respect for you. Zero. There is not a white man on the face of this earth right now that I have respect for. I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. There is no white man that can stand up to me. I dare you to go and protest somewhere. You will be canceled tomorrow. We will find out where you don't have no protection. You don't have no protection in your own household. Your kids don't love you. Your daughters is out here slumming trying to get some black dick. We don't respect none of y'all. No white man on the face of this fucking earth is respected. You know what our women do when our women can't get no more of us? When it's too many black dudes that's not dealing with the baby mamas, you know what they do? They go and find you punk ass motherfuckers because they know that you're going to simp out for them. You have nothing. You have no power, no control over what goes on to the country. You are cucks, right? That's why y'all keep trying to say these hoes. That's why y'all was the first ones to create the MGTOW movement, because you was the first simps. You were the first simps. You have nothing. Nothing. You have no power. You can't control nothing. You losing your jobs. Y'all getting Me Too'd. And when I see you punk ass motherfuckers in family court, I'ma just walk right past you and I'ma laugh at you. Y'all going to jail. Now you out here trying to murder and kill y'all chicks now because you have no power whatsoever. You're nothing. You're but a smidgen in this country. You're being overtaken. You can't control your borders. You don't even know how to vote right. Most of y'all women are literally liberals. You going into these indoctrination camps. And the thing that we need to protect ourselves against is your influence, because you one of the reasons why black women felt comfortable enough to go over into the feminist movement in the first place. You nothing to me. You're absolutely nothing to me at all. I have no respect for you. Not even a little bit. You weak. You're weak. And your dick is little. Now, how about that for your fragile male ego? Now, let's get back to this whole destiny conversation. How dare a white man sit here and try to have a conversation with me? I know what you look like. I know where you from. I seen you cam up before. You corny, bro. Don't ever sit here and think that you can have a conversation with me. Because we not the same. You weak. We take what we want. We take what we want. And if he say anything disrespectful in the chat, y'all know how to deal with him. Because guess what? He don't even have no power over here. He watching us to see how it is that we moving because we taking over everything. We taking over everything. Now.
You ever taken any dance classes?
I used to compete in ballroom dancing.
Hey,
Let me fast forward.
You and Ayla.
Had to take.
Yeah.
I promised y'all I was gonna give y'all a great show today. I promised y'all I was gonna give y'all a straight show today. Listen. The one thing that you can say about me, you can say a lot of things, but the one thing you can't say about me is that I do not discriminate. I don't care if you're a black man, a black woman, a white woman. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Now, if you want me to read you for filth and tell you who you really are, then show up and say some egregious shit. And I'm going to deal with you accordingly. If you want me to read you for filth and tell you who you really are, show up and say something egregious and I'm going to deal with you accordingly. You can get it too. You can get it too.
Exactly.
Oh, you guys over here
Isn't
just
that
fucking
weird?
perfect forms?
I haven't done it in so
Let me
long.
fast
though.
Wait,
forward
what kind of-
back to where I was.
Easy.
True. I should have turned up the R&B.
It's with another
True.
man.
I was getting.
That's how I knew, man. She started flexing them shoulders and them traps. I was like, oh, she not fucking playing.
Damn. I was getting footage for his next cuck video on me. Thanks. I see what's going on here.
Oh my God, he let his wife dance with another
True.
man.
He said it.
Abba is smart. Abba is smart. You may not necessarily agree with his takes. You may not necessarily agree with a lot of the different things that he does. But the one thing that we know for sure is that Abba is smart enough to actually know exactly what the narrative is going to be. And he knew what he was doing. If Abba and Destiny is friends, then this is not the type of friend that you want because he embarrassing you in your own crib. Maybe they're not friends. Maybe they just jumping on a live stream. And this is why the woman then feels comfortable enough where she feels like she needs to hug him in order to make, oh, honey, because I love you. You don't really care about it. And then meanwhile, she'll go over there and take the whole D. She'll go over, look, no, I got to hug you, honey, because we were just playing. Deceit. The original deceivers. Abba is not Destiny's friend by doing that because he's smart enough to know what the narrative is going to be as a result of it. And that's why he did it. Come on, man.
What? You want to slap
They
her
make it
next?
sound like we was grinding or some shit. Like, yo, chill, be easy.
True. I should have turned up the R&B.
Yo, you could put a lot of crazy music
I
on
should
that.
probably try that sometime though, for real.
What?
So, like, just to see, because I just need to like know the basic steps.
Yeah,
And
but here it's a
then
lot
I
of
can, like,
Cuban
follow around
salsa.
really well, yeah.
Here's a lot of...
It's a disingenuous conversation. She's smart. He's smart. He's smart. Everybody in that room know exactly what's going on. Do not think for 1 second that she is not being disingenuous, that he is not uncomfortable, and that Abba didn't know what he was doing as far as creating this moment that then is going to make his alleged homeboy look bad. Come on, man. With friends like these, who need enemies?
So your ballroom stuff, like you probably get the rhythm quickly, but the ballroom stuff wouldn't work because Cubans be like this, they be
Yeah,
on so it's a bit different. But you definitely enjoy it. There's a lot of salsa in the city, so yeah. All right.
Oh, I also realized that is it called swing?
Swing dancing, yeah. If
Yeah,
you want
I
to dress like
realized
you're from
that
the
one
No,
was
70s.
it's called being swingers.
One is also really similar to another dance called jive. If you've ever heard that.
Why y'all keep, hold on, wait. Y'all keep telling me that, Anton, it's okay because Destiny is bisexual and in an open relationship. Bro, y'all got to understand that I am a traditional dude. That means absolutely nothing to me. It means being bisexual is the equivalent of being gay to me. If you let another man touch you, rub up against you, fill up on you, or anything like that, if another man ever had access to you or had your Johnson, That is the equivalent of, y'all can go and relabel it. Y'all can add some pronouns to it. You can say pansexual, bisexual, polysexual, whatever the fuck you want to say. But it is the same thing, bro. And if you let another man bust down your chick, you are a cuck. So y'all sitting here giving me this insight and the information inside of the chat, that don't mean nothing to me. You weak because you let another man touch on your chick, and you're gay because you're actually letting another man feel on you. So we can add all of the caveats and all of this other type of stuff. I don't care. It's the same to me. It is the exact same to me all the way across the board. Now, whatever they decide they want to do inside of their relationship, cool. That's between them. It don't mean that I can't react to it when I see it as content. I'm going to give my authentic thoughts, and I'm not going to finesse it and move it around and try to make it seem nicer than what it is. But they came into an agreement. They established that they're in an open relationship. That don't mean nothing to me, bro. Nothing at all. I see it for what it is. It's another man that's embarrassing another man that they supposed to be friends, understanding exactly what it's going to look like online. She's finessing because she's disingenuous, trying to defer away from it. Because let me tell you something. If your chick feel comfortable getting up in front of you on a live stream and dancing with another man and you supposed to be cool with it, that ain't your girl. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you're talking about the male insecurity thing, any of that. That's not your chick. That's all of our chick. She just residing at your house. You taking care of her. You primping her. You putting her together so that somebody else can go and bust her down, bro. I'm not with all of this extra junk and these phenomenal, all these different types of relationships and y'all throwing labels on them. I'm not going for it, bro.
I have. That's
They're
very
very,
fast
very
paced.
similar, yeah. So like when I heard the beat, I was like, wait, I get this. And then I remember I went to the park and someone was
Look
like,
at him
"Do you
sitting there
wanna stay?" I was like,
emotionless.
okay, I'll try. And then I realized it was very, very similar, but like a little
Abba
bit
is
different.
really
Like, there's a
interested
tiny
in
bit
what
different.
she's
They're very,
talking
very similar,
about.
So that was really fun too.
Come on,
Definitely
bro.
think you should pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good to have activities like that. That's an activity, Destiny, where it's
Don't
a big
touch
time
me.
investment, but I
Don't
don't
touch
mind
me on
putting
my
the
shoulders,
time
bro.
and traveling and doing all that
Man,
stuff.
get
Because I
your
feel like
hands
the
off my
emotional
shoulder,
reward
bro.
is worth
Look,
it.
Wow.
she touching him, he
We
touching
dance a
him.
little bit sometimes.
All
Do you?
body language is a translation, bro. That is the real communication. When you see him touch him and he touch him, they looking to get something out of him. They looking to make sure that he feels comfortable about the conversations and what's going on. They trying to keep it above board and talk about the actual dancing like it really means something. This is wild, bro. This is sick. It's wild. I'm paying it for what. Look at the touching. Look at the touching. Watch this.
That's an activity, Destiny, where it's a big time investment.
Now watch her. He touch him on the shoulder, and then watch her touch him on the shoulder right after that. Yeah, honey, listen to Abba. He's telling you the truth about this salsa dancing. Watch her.
But I don't mind putting the time and traveling and doing all that stuff because I feel like the emotional reward is worth it.
Wow.
Yeah, honey. Man, that is the fakest touch. Look at the body language, y'all. Watch her. She's stoic. She's probably looking at the comments. He's not reacting after Abba touch her. Now watch her and then watch her go back into her regular. She's looking like a zombie right now. Listen, watch this.
Stuff because I feel like the emotional reward.
Yeah,
is worth
honey.
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We dance a little bit sometimes.
Do you?
This is wild. This is wild. This is crazy. Am I reading too much into this or am I reading it exactly for what it is? Ladies, am I reading too much into this or am I reading it for exactly what it is? I'm going to be reading Super Chat shortly. Let's continue.
No.
When he gets really drunk or high. He does.
Nope.
Hey, that's why you tell me you never dance
That's
ever.
not true.
Well, I
Problem
actually
is
suggested
Melina is probably drunk or high. She's not remembering correctly.
We do some mushrooms and we go out dancing. And Destiny's like, I would never do that.
He's like, should you do it?
Don't touch me.
It's basically.
This is so cringe, bro. Listen, shout out to Paul Enslaved. We looking forward to you letting the dude come over your chick's house and you live streaming it so that we can react to it. This is come on, man. You got to be able to read through the lines and see exactly for what it is. I'm about to read Super Chats, but I ain't going for it. You're not going to finesse me into believing something that it's not because it really is. And no, it's nothing. It's just male insecurity, ego. Man, fuck you. Get your hands out of my pockets, bro. Look. Check it out. Anton projecting his own insecurities onto this because Destiny is okay with it because he's bisexual, so he doesn't have the same perspective. Another black woman named Follow Your Destiny supporting a blue-haired white man that is letting another man fill on his chick in front of him on a live stream and is willing to admit that he let other dudes bust his chick down and that he take the whole load. Okay, right. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, why I don't listen to black women when it comes to these conversations. That is exactly why I don't listen to black women when it comes to these conversations. They will align with anybody's illogical rhetoric in order to be able to substantiate this dumbass argument instead of getting on board with what's right. Anton's projecting his own insecurities. Is that what y'all call it? Being a man is insecure? Having masculinity, being territorial is insecure? Okay. Okay, well then I guess I'm insecure then. Cool. Shout out to Chike Auto LLC, says she will only get a gift from me. It might help, but not taking responsibilities. Ain't nobody getting no gift from me. Shout out to Classy Beat, says Destiny ain't gonna do nothing about it. AD, look at him. I agree. AWOL says Destiny knows what's going on. He knows his wife, and he's giving advice. And that's the sad part about it, in my opinion, because that should never be a thing, bro. That should never be streamed. Sonic the Hedgehog looks like he's keeping up with an image that's eating him alive. Well, what image is there keeping up with? What image is it, though? Watching another dude break the contact barrier on your chick in real time and you in the room to smell it? He could probably smell the sex in the air. They were probably in heat, smelling the sex in the air. Marriage, Politics, and Sports says, Anton, you have a point. But put that dance in the backdrop of Destiny accepting this girl getting smashed. Why would anybody come online and admit that a girl get smashed by other dudes? That's crazy to me. Anton, did you hear that? That's her cat going me out. Y'all, wow. Patrice Jean-Baptiste says Destiny wife did an interview with Jedediah Bila about their open relationship. Hey, somebody send that to me. I'll break that down tomorrow. I'll make that a part of tomorrow's show. Somebody send that to me because I'm interested in seeing what that's about. I'm curious. Neves Knives says, not this white man. I'm extremely territorial over mine and proud of it. Call it male ego, cool. I don't care. I demand respect. Love what you do, Anton. Thanks for always keeping it real. Shout out to Neves Knives. I'm going to keep it 100% of the time. I'm going to keep it 100% of the time. Hey, this is Paul Unslaved. You know I read all of the super chats. He says, some stripper money for Anton. I'm the male Oprah. I'll take that. I'll be the male Oprah. I'd rather be the male Oprah than a cuck. I'm never going to be a cuck, though. And that's what you are, Paul. Paul Unslaved. Who the fuck named, what white man names themselves Paul Unslaved? What white man names themselves Paul Unslaved? That means if a dude came up here and said, I'm Paul, not a cuck, would you think that he was a cuck? Would you think that he regularly thinks about getting cucked? If a dude named himself Paul, I'm not gay, would you think that he was gay? Just curious. Who names themselves Paul Unslaved? Man, I don't want to do a whole another 10 minutes on this dude. Let me keep it moving. Blaze, because I can cook up all day. Blaze Skywalker says, I've told white men I know plenty of times, y'all messed up for y'all's sake. Dog, how do you lose a whole country that your forefathers conquered? How do you lose a whole country, white men? I'll get to y'all in a minute. I'm not done with y'all. I'll be right back with you. Since this is what y'all want to do, let me acknowledge the super chats. Classy Beat says she gave him the "it's okay, bud" pat on the shoulder. Facts. Marriage, Politics, and Sports says That's the point, Anton. She ain't Destiny's chick. Apparently. Ryan Isaac says, we think so much alike, Anton is scary. I used to think I was the only one with my mindset. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to Ryan Isaac. I appreciate you with the 20 ball holding me down. D Webb says, AD, who did you piss off? Too many hate exposing videos of you were in my algorithm all weekend. I still forever rock with you, hashtag bag chaser. Oh, I don't care. I piss everybody off. It's free promotion. It's free promotion. Green Beret says, Abba foul, and he's a foreigner. He know better. Shout out to Green Beret. Anthony Gordon says, with the fireball, I appreciate you. I'm curious. How do you lose a whole country that you conquered? How do you lose a whole country? So think about this for a minute. You finessed Africans and convinced them not to kill you when you arrived to trade with them in order to build up a country that you then stole and put Christopher Columbus at the forefront of it. And then they taught us the Nina, the Maria, and the Santa Patina, whatever the fuck they taught us in school, right? So, cool. I'm with it. Winners win and losers lose, okay? Winners win and losers lose. I'm with that. I'm not for reparations. I don't believe that losers are able to determine what it is that they can gain from winners. But here's my question. Right? You fought, not even you. Your forefathers fought, won, enslaved, used the slaves that was actually stronger than them in order to build a whole country, right? Cool. Forefathers was monsters, beasts. Literally the prototype of 48 Laws of Power. Now, white men today are literally at the forefront and at the bottom of the barrel. How you were the ones that manufactured and then put together the whole thing of putting diseases and chickenpox and all of that dumb shit inside of the blankets that you then gave over into the Indians in order to infect all of them and kill all of their children. Y'all were beasts. Y'all were monsters. Y'all stood on something. Now, when I go out there, right, when I go outside and let's just say during the pandemic and we seen all of this protesting and shit, you feminine motherfuckers was at the forefront of the protest and the movement talking about Black Lives Matters. Y'all the ones that's getting finessed. You don't even have any respect in your own country. In the country that you established. Y'all letting foreigners coming over here from Pakistan and India and China, and they over here running up the bag on y'all. They making money off of y'all. You can't control your own children. You can't control your own women. You can't control your own borders. You have nothing. Now you let us, listen, y'all let me get $1 million? How you let me get $1 million? How did you let y'all women start voting and then determine what is happening in the elections? How did you become the tail end and the bottom of the barrel to where you now letting other men fuck on your chicks? How? How is that possible? How did your fathers feminize you so much to where you have no rights in the country that you conquered? Think about that though. Y'all daddies won this country. You literally fought blood, sweat, and tears in order to do it. You have nothing. Now you got black women taking over, and they determining the elections, and now they trying to bully y'all into give them reparations, and you might give it to them too. No respect. No respect whatsoever. Anyways, let's continue. Y'all women don't even want y'all. They want us. But we got more simps to deal with today, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you the show ain't over. I was informed, somebody sent this to my inbox today. I might do a whole Hey, if somebody spam the chat, then deal with them accordingly. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. We are equal accountability smoke givers. I might do a whole live stream on white men tomorrow. I might do a whole live stream on white men tomorrow. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. We'll get there. All because of a dude named Paul Enslaved. Don't worry about it. We gonna get there. It's your turn, white men. White man. White man. It's your turn, white man. We coming in y'all neighborhoods. We putting barbecue pits on the fucking lawns. We gonna kick over your kids' toys. We gonna kick over your kids' toys. Yep. We gonna fuck on y'all women because you know they love the D. They love the D. Don't worry about it. I get you, white man. I'm going to put together a whole live stream just because y'all let a motherfucker named Paul Enslaved get out of the insane asylum and he wanted to have his conversations. Okay. Remember, you did this, not me. You did it. You did this. Your time is coming, white man. I got you. Anyways, let's continue. So, we have another black man. Shout out to, I forgot what his name was. I gotta look it up. Somebody sent it to me in my email. Let me check it out. Give me a second. Oh, his name is Controversial Shannon. Controversial Shannon. Controversial Shannon. So, this is him at the bottom of your screen. I'm going to be reading super chats throughout the show. And he decided that he wanted to come to the front of the congregation in order to have a conversation about what's wrong with the black community. This is his thumbnail, right? He wanted to put the late, great Kevin Samuels. He ran his thumbnails through a lot of, what do you call that? Filters, right? He started him a YouTube channel, and this is the sword that he wanted to use in order to slice through and resonate with black women, and he wanted to get black women on his team, apparently. So y'all sent this to me. Y'all sent Anton. Y'all want me to check it out and react to it, and so this is what we're doing. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And then in addition to that, make sure that you guys hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification. Let's get into it.
What's up, y'all?
Why is it, before we even get started, why is it always a black man with the wildest hair that's the biggest advocates for women? Don't worry about it. We'll get into it. Let's continue.
It's your boy, Controversial Shannon. We finna just get right into it as I'm on my way to work.
He on his way to work.
I find it amazing that because I'm a black man calling black men out on their BS, I am now being called a sucker, a simp,
Facts.
a coward.
Facts.
I'm soft. I'm cotton nail toilet tissue. You know what I'm saying? I find that quite amazing. That when a man calls a man out on a black man calling black man out on their BS, he just soft and trash and a simp.
Now, I'm going to give him a little bit of rope. Let me back up for a minute. I'm going to give him a little bit of rope because anybody can hold anybody accountable. I need to see where he stands on this argument before we get into it. Let's continue.
Like, all right, bro. One, I can't be a simp because I'm married. I'm not chasing women that don't want me. I'm not.
This is where mistake number one. You absolutely, positively can be a married simp. Mistake number one. You absolutely, positively can be a married simp. I don't know who told y'all that. I don't know where y'all got that from. I don't know why y'all think that that's a truth. It is not a truth. Just because you're married does not mean that you cannot be a simp. So that's flag number one.
I'm spending money on women that don't want me. All right? I'm not paying for Gucci, Louis, and all these bags.
That has nothing
all
to do
these
with
products that certain women want but don't want me. I'm not doing stuff like that. That's the definition of simp. It's chasing a woman that does not want you. I'm not chasing no woman. I'm really trying to call you niggas out.
Nah, we niggas.
That's what I'm doing.
We niggas.
That's all I'm doing. Is calling black men out on the BS that they say behind these damn cameras and microphones. I've been wanting to get on the platform and call y'all out. I've been wanting.
Flag number 2. He been wanting to call us out. He been wanting to get on the microphone. He couldn't wait to get his turn. Okay, it's your turn then. Let me see what his name is again. Controversial Shannon, it's your turn then. Get your big mad energy off then.
To do it. I just decided that now's the right time to go ahead and start calling y'all out for the BS that y'all doing. And I'm gonna say it like this. I don't understand that.
And he got that white woman, he got the white woman starter kit on too. Y'all know what the white woman starter kit is, right? The white woman starter kit is the bubble coat. It's the black bubble coat, and usually it goes down to their knees. That's usually the white woman starter kit.
A black man with black skin. Every day I wake up, I see myself in the mirror. There is no way that I'm about to get on camera and talk bad about the women that I come from. Start saying they all masculine. They some bitches, they mean, they loudmouth, because a lot of them are not. But a lot of y'all niggas learn from these trash heathens to be.
So he's not going to call black women that exhibit a certain level of behavior, because I agree with him. A lot of them are not. There's a difference between black women and hoes for the streets. There's a difference between a wife and a woman that's for everybody, right? But he's not going to call those type of women and give them a label because he comes from them. Well, flag number 3. You actually come from your father's nuts. They're the egg. He's the seed, right? Now, the other side of it is he feels comfortable calling us niggas, but he doesn't feel comfortable addressing women that's for the streets for exactly who they are. Simp flag number 3. Let's continue.
Be hoes, to be fucking around, to dog them out, to never be accountable for your actions. If you got money, have a lot of kids that you can never see, like Nick Cannon. I think that's amazing that y'all want to call women out or like blame women for everything in the community, but you have yet to take responsibility for the shit that you played in, black men, that we played in, right? Who sold dope to their own communities? Black men. I don't give a damn if the white people planted in the neighborhood. You got to take accountability because we didn't have to sell it. If somebody put shit on the plate, are you gonna eat it?
Shout out to Mike, that dude.
We didn't have to do anything, right?
Shout out to Mike, that dude on and T Mac. Shout out to T Mac 77095 and Mike, that dude on Cash App. I appreciate y'all, fam. Let's continue.
Who let the black image be tainted with these fucking thoughts, man? Can you move out the way? Your no driving ass. Who let the black image be taken over? Black men. Because you were supposed to be leaders, right? And protectors. That don't only mean protectors of yourself, but you got.
We giving him rope. We allowing for him to get his energy off so that we can assess this effectively.
Protect your character. Protect your character. Protect your integrity. Protect your image. Who let that shit be hijacked? Black men. Okay? Yes, sir. Well, let's talk about it. If the relationship fails, whose fault is it? Black men. It's
flag number 4. If the relationship fails, whose fault is it? If the relationship fails, whose fault is it? And then he automatically says black men. Now, remember, guys, because I don't have a whole lot of smoke for this guy, simply because I get it, right? I get that a lot of these guys is very difficult to deal with them because they come from environments that taught them that this was the way in which you're supposed to think. He believes in his heart that he's right. He's simping because he thinks that there's an audience for him on the internet of women that's now going to align with him, and he's wrong. He could never be more wrong. It is a strong possibility that this is the biggest that he's going to get. He's going to get the visibility purely off of our reaction to it. That's it. No woman is going, or the overwhelming majority of anybody that sees this video, the women in the chat right now, they are not going over into his channel, and I mentioned his channel multiple different times. They are not going to go over to his channel and subscribe to him based off of his ideology. They not. You know why? Let me look up his name one more time. I keep forgetting. Controversial Shannon. Controversial Shannon. Let me tell you why they not going to come over there just because you simping to him. Okay? The difference between you and Derek Jackson is that Derek Jackson can actually articulate himself more effectively, right? For all intents and purposes, the women like what he looks like, right? And Derek Jackson came at a time in which black women were looking for a man to latch onto, and he fit all of the boxes in the narrative. He was married, right? He looked the part, he talked it, he consistently uploaded. They not gonna rock with you, bro. They not going because they don't have nothing to latch on to. Honestly, he feels comfortable throwing men under the bus in order to pander to a group of women that don't give a fuck about him. And that's what a lot of these guys gonna have to understand. They don't care about you, fam. And just because you wanted to get on here and get your 5 seconds or your 5 minutes of fame, in order to try to get your energy up and try to hold black men accountable, it's not gonna work, fam. Women overwhelmingly leave relationships majority of the time. Overwhelmingly, they're the ones that actually kill the relationships. Women are the ones that actually uphold the laws in family court that was established at a time when women didn't have rights. If they were advocating for equal accountability, equal smoke, then why is it so lopsided when it comes to family court? Why is it that it's a majority of men that's now getting out of jail from the Innocence Project that's been falsely accused of things that they didn't even do? Why is it that when you call a police officer to the house, instantly, if anything happens or she accuses you, by default, especially here in Michigan, you got to go to jail for at least 3 days in order to just calm down. You're going to be sitting in jail. You can't even get out early. You're going to be sitting in jail for at least 3 days before you can even get out. How can women weaponize their kids against you? Huh? How is it that you're supposed to be under a man's covering, but then you say that you want a partner? See, this guy right here, he knows nothing about what it takes in order to really, really, really hold somebody accountable, because in order to do that, you got to understand them. You got to understand the thing that you're dealing with in order to truly hold them accountable. And so, as a result, he feels comfortable saying this wild shit that's not even true. Let's continue. Let's hear him out a little bit more.
The man's fault. At the end of the day, it's always the man's fault. When Adam and Eve ate the apple, right?
You hear this shit? When Adam and Eve ate the apple. Let's continue.
Even though Eve gave Adam the apple, did God just say, oh, well, because she gave it to you, I'm not going to punish? No, he punished both of them because you knew better. Adam was supposed to be a leader. He knew better. All right? And he chose to listen to his wife over God. Point blank, period. All right? When a black man gonna hold themselves...
I guess he forgot the part in the Bible where it literally said that the wife finessed him, that she beguiled him. He forgot that part, huh? No, the thing that God was showing in that part of the Bible is that men are held accountable whether it's their responsibility or not. Accountability has nothing to do with being responsible for what happens. You can go out there and do some egregious shit. It doesn't mean that society is not going to hold me accountable as a result of it. It's just a reality. A woman can go out there and do some egregious shit. even in a time where women have more rights in most instances than men. But it doesn't mean that the man is not going to be held accountable for it. It just means that we don't have no safety net. Now, when I choose to hold a woman accountable, which is the inherent right of a man, because if you under my covering, then I should be able to hold you accountable. Then we have simps like this over here giving y'all crazy advice. Don't worry about it. Let's continue. We're gonna give him a little bit more time to be able to come back to the front of the congregation.
Accountable to the things that we did in our community that got it fucked up. Y'all talking about black women ran black men out the household. I'm coming to find out. Well, I'm reading stuff. I don't know if it's true.
Okay, so he don't know it's true. He don't know if it's true, but he's about to spit it out like it actually means something to us. Let's continue.
But if it is, it's articles that say we were never present in the household anyway.
This nigga just talking, bro. He's literally just talking. He's just talking. He is just talking. But if it's true, then that means that black man was never in a household in the first place. What the fuck is he talking about? What is he reading? Cynthia G's biopic? Jesus Christ.
What the fuck is an active father? And how can you be truly active if you're not even in the same household? This seeing a child on weekend shit or every other day is not good enough. A child needs to see his father daily. Needs to be around a man daily. Stupid ass article talk, black men are the most active in that child's life. What the fuck does that mean?
You don't know what it means?
You active every weekend?
Maybe we should ask Tyrese what it means now that he just got finessed and washed inside of family courts in 2023. Maybe we should ask Tyrese what it means. No, y'all want to ask Tyrese? Y'all want to go over there and ask the guy that's literally fighting for his kids every day? I got guys that I can call right now, literally right now, will tell you that a woman is called and tried to get him fired from his job. Man, listen, I'm not going. Y'all want to continue to entertain this? Do y'all want to continue to entertain this? Y'all want me to play a little bit more? Okay, we'll play a little bit more and see what's happening.
I'm gonna look into that statistic. I'm really gonna look at that statistic. That's why I'm glad I didn't have no children out of wedlock, because I don't want my child to go through that. And I'm gonna call men on that bullshit. I don't want to. If I have a daughter, I don't want my daughter to grow up thinking that all black.
If you have a daughter, pray that your wife don't ever take her away from you when you get divorced, because you're gonna then be going on Fresh and Fit and they super chatting talking about bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Men are trash, but goddamn it, that's the way that we going. That's the way that it's looking like. How can y'all get on these platforms and talk shit about the skin that you come from? It make no sense. It's okay to call out a certain group of black women that's being loud and ratchet, but y'all be like most black women. If we gonna talk like that, then let's talk about black men. Most black men are trash. Can I say that too?
And that's a lie, because he actually needs to do his research. Overwhelmingly, black men, especially now, there's more black men that were raised in a situation that they were subjected to the stuff that their mama put them through, and they said, you know what? I'm not gonna raise my kids that way. It's called the silent majority. The silent majority, the overwhelming majority of black men are present in their children's lives. The overwhelming majority of black men want to be present in their children's lives. Here's the caveat, though. If you have, because statistically speaking, if he just want to speak on statistics that he don't know, statistically speaking, most men don't have children out of wedlock that they are not taking care of. Most men are not having sex just randomly with any old chick. The overwhelming majority of the people that are the loudest are the people that are the most offensive. So if the overwhelming majority of women that are having children are having it with a small minority of the population of men, then you can't address black men as a whole and say most men are trash, because most men are responsible. Most men take care of their kids. Most men are either taking care of or don't have children or are not having sex and they on their purpose and they taking care of business. It's a small minority of men that the overwhelming majority of women are having children with. So then that means that if you want to address the problem, then you need to address the majority that's having children with the minority, not the other way around. Now, see, this is why it's very, very difficult to sit here and have these conversations, because it then becomes disingenuous and he's just talking. He's just talking. It's a fact that the majority of women is having children with a minority of the men that are the most egregious for the community. All you got to do is look it up before you get in the car and you start talking before you go to work. I don't want to hear no more. I'm done. There's nothing else for us to talk about. We heard him. We seen what he stood on. And he's wrong. Flat out. He's just straight up wrong. Let me read some of these super chats so we can move on with the show. Y'all wanted me to react to that? Why did y'all want me to react to that? Why did y'all want me to react to that? Cliff Williams says, Anton, you provocateur. Blaze is in the building with the 10 ball, says, yeah, white man, I'm very disappointed in you. True to the Game is in the building, says, Nick cannot not looking for a woman to help kids. Spaces says, young Derek Jackson with the Dr. Umar fade. Oh. Diamond Black says he needs to hold himself accountable. His wheel bearing needs to be replaced. I can hear it broke. Fake out August Alsina. Man, I don't know where they get these guys from. I don't know why everybody deserve a camera. Everybody don't deserve a microphone and a camera. But he got his 5 minutes from me. So I guess he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's go ahead and continue with the show. Reading super chats throughout the show. Make sure y'all get that Teach Hanley. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Shout out to my dog, the Angry Man. Angry Man, you got to break this one down, big dog. Angry Man says he's on his way to pick up some Simpanine hygiene products. Afterwards, he has a Simp and Paint event to go to. I don't know where they get these dudes from, AM. I don't know where they get these dudes from. I don't know where they came from. I don't know where they was raised at. I don't know why they mamas felt comfortable. Oh, shout out to my dog, Angry Man. Angry Man been on a tear lately. I've been trying to calm AM down and said, AM, you just got to stay out of the way. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep running the check up. Keep running the bag up. And AM, you know, AM, he just be like, listen, these motherfuckers. Shout out to my dog, AM. In the building. All right. Finally. Now that y'all subscribe to the Patreon. Y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the Patreon. Now that y'all subscribe to the Patreon. All right. And I'm actually releasing the dates and location today inside of the Patreon of where we doing our next meetup. That's going to be awesome. Why I Am Athlete didn't work out. Now, y'all seen Brandon Marshall have a conversation, and he was breaking it down, but this thing just won't go away. Now, why am I so intrigued with this? Well, A, it comes back to the money. B, it actually is a reflection of what it is that we deal with as content creators on a much smaller level than what it is that they dealing with as famous NFL athletes turned content creators. They deal with the same thing that we deal with. They deal with the repercussions. They deal with the problems of mixing friends and business. People don't understand the business, and now it's going back and forth. And so a lot of people always say, well, how come groups never stay together? Content creators never rock out with each other long term. People that came into the game, eventually they break off and go off and do their own thing. Well, this is an example of it. So y'all see me break down Brandon Marshall the other day. And now you are seeing Channing Crowder and all of the dudes that used to be a part of I Am Athlete. They are going on different platforms, including Cam Newton's platform, and they telling their side of the story again. And as we continue to hear these different things mined out, now we starting to hear more details come out, and it allows for us to be able to make more informed decisions as a result of what it is that we see happening in society. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. hit your notifications. I want to break this down, and then get your Teach pack. Let's rock out.
Why didn't it work out? How did Ryan Clark, replace a figure
What is going on with Cam's hair?
that wasn't normally there 2 to 3 years ago?
I can say this, Ryan didn't replace a figure. Ryan is here because Ryan is here for who he is. And I can say this also, with whatever we did on the other side, this is my opinion, and it ain't hate, this is my 1000% me.
Yes, sir.
No.
Whenever a dude lead off with saying, and this is my opinion, and this ain't hate, you know he about to say something spicy.
No hate and no funny shit. I believe Ryan is a bigger asset for us than anybody that was ever on the other platform. That's just my thought.
When you say
When people start saying stuff like the other platform or them guys over there, just call it for what it is. Like we don't know who you talking about. You talking about Brandon Marshall and all of them, right? When people start saying them guys over there, and I don't want to mention their name, like we don't know who you talking about. Like we didn't just break down exactly what happened prior to that. I'm reading Super Chat shortly. Shout out to my dog Angry Man in the building.
us, who is us?
For the pivot.
Okay.
And what we're doing. This is our thing, and and I always tell people, Ryan's amazing on his day job, which is ESPN, obviously.
Right.
But he's equally as great here on the pivot.
Right.
And I'll say that tenfold, over and over and over. So when you say replace, I don't like to look at it that way, because we are blessed and fortunate to have Ryan rock with us, and truthfully, we talk about ego. There was big egos on that side. I've never been that way, you know me.
Right.
Never been a narcissist, right? And
I think that the word narcissist is probably one of the most overused words, to be honest with you. Just because a person don't agree with you or just because they stand on a square, it does not mean that they're a narcissist. I think the word narcissist is quite possibly the most, in 2022, and we need to figure out how to kill that word in 2023 because it is really, really just not going away. I can't stand when the people use the word narcissist out of context. It's one of the most overused words out here today. So just because somebody don't agree with you or just because they put you on the game and then you got pushed out or whatever like that, it doesn't mean that they're a narcissist. It just means that they stood on a square. It doesn't mean you're a narcissist.
it was just a moment where the business would never button up. And sometimes that happens. But I know you, and I know if that were a situation, if we all started this Funky Friday together,
Right.
You would look at it and say, all right, I know what my people bring to the table.
Right.
Like you just mentioned a second ago, you got to know who are your assets and who are liabilities. You got to know who's helping you to be great as a quarterback. You're going to go out there and you're going to fight for the Panthers, for purposes of just using any team to say, I need Steve Smith to be paid X, Y, Z. I'm going to fight for him, right?
I disagree with him 100%. I disagree with him 100%. And here's why. This is why, and I say this all the time, this is why you cannot, in most instances, go into business without having the business buttoned up with people that you cool with. You cannot go into business with people that you cool with without having the business buttoned up. Because now somebody gonna feel a certain type of way. Because when the money come, money fuck up everything. Money is a blessing and money can be a curse too. Money is a blessing and money can absolutely be a curse too. Because the things that y'all was friends about, nobody had to worry about being friends, or nobody had to worry about the friendship aspect of it because there was no business to be done. See, it's easy for the people that's on the field, for example. Let's say you got the guys that's on the court or you got the guys that's on the football field and whatever, so on and so forth, right? And what happens is nobody is tripping because nobody got anything that they got to argue over with regard to the money, right? Nobody got to advocate. You ain't got to give me a slice of the pie, all of this other type of stuff, right? The owners are the people that then become the villains because then they say, why you ain't paying me or why you ain't recognizing my greatness. Then they start having those same conversations that modern women have, right? They start having those type of conversations. And then people feel a certain type of way. And it's very difficult to then do business with people because eventually when the money get involved, you start seeing the character of who people truly are, right? Then they feel like you should have advocated for me to get my bag. No, you should have advocated to get your own bag. And don't feel a certain type of way when that bag ain't come the way that you thought it was because you didn't have the business side of it buttoned up. Even when I have conversations with people, right? I remember when me and JR first really started having traction with the Lapeef network, the thing that I told him, the very first thing that I told him before we ever had a conversation about business, ownership, contracts, or anything like that, I told him, I said, listen, right now, I want you to remove the friendship hat and I want you to put on your business hat. Remove the friendship hat and let's put on the business hat because, you know, there is no feelings from me when it comes to doing business. I completely remove how it is that I see you from a friendship perspective, and I look at it completely from a business perspective. Straight up.
Right? Because I know he's going to.
And shout out to Soul Original. Shout out to all of the new bag chasers and the Patreon members. Make sure y'all tap into the Discord. Also, link is in the description of any of the most recent videos inside of the Patreon. We're going to get to y'all. Round of applause for all of the Patreon members.
Help me. He's going to help us. That wasn't the case. It became
one-dimensional.
Me. And there are some things that are out there that makes it seem like the podcast was valued at this and we weren't happy with, you know, what we were getting, which is, I guess, a cut. None of that was ever spoke about. That was never, ever talked about. So this $11 million, this other, that's all bullshit at the end of the day.
So you felt like you had to make a better decision in the career.
Is he saying that Brandon Marshall saying that he spent $10 million on a podcast is BS?
That was healthier for you as a person?
The decision that was made was on business, this ain't adding up and this don't make sense. And for the vision to pivot itself without us being talked to, because it was just a podcast.
Yes.
But somehow it became, you know, a marketing arm for said business. And that wasn't really what it was deemed to be at the very beginning. It was, let's do a podcast, I bet. And then we got good at it. People, you know, start tapping in and checking us out. And then it grew. And then when you have certain, you know, individuals that would say, damn, this could be lucrative. I'm gonna take all of this, right? So that's how it happened. But we kept.
So it sounds like the money that he's saying that he spent was not necessarily on the podcast itself, but it was on continuing to brand himself in order to build other business as a result of it. And then he wanted to try to finesse them. This is what they saying about Brandon Marshall. He wanted to finesse them into thinking that, okay, no, the podcast was really just a marketing arm for the other businesses and that it's just an umbrella. The umbrella company, the podcast is just one part of it. If you want a part of this, then I spent $11 million as a result of it. When the money get funny.
Going to the table, and me personally, I'm not going to speak for Chan, but me personally, from inception to the point where it all broke up, it was well noted and known that all of my sweat equity, talent fee, everything's been rolled back into the pot. So from the beginning to the very end, if you put dollars in, my dollars match your dollars side by side.
Yes, sir.
Because that's sweat. But at the end of the day, if this is...
No. See, this is where we disagree. Your sweat equity does not exactly come up to the same calculation of how much money I actually put in to build this thing. Listen, your sweat equity is not the same as me actually putting real money into it. I'm going to just be honest with you. Listen, I could see where he making some points, and then I could see where some other points fall flat. You're not going to sit here and tell me that your sweat equity is the exact same equivalent and you deserve the exact same amount as what it is that I put into starting this thing from the very beginning. Nope, I'm not going for it.
Let's just say if it's $1 million valuation on the podcast, and if I put in, let's just say 50 grand.
Right.
And if you put in, let's say 100 grand, mathematically, I should have a third ownership.
Right. It's a partnership.
I don't know where these dudes is getting. Listen, a lot of these guys need to go back to business school, honestly. A lot of these people need to go back to business school because the math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing for me. Real talk, the math ain't mathing for me. And I think one of the problems for me is that they using hypotheticals instead of actually using real numbers. They're using hypotheticals instead of using real numbers. Now, this is the way I translate it to be. Whatever it is that we agreed on in the beginning is what we agreed on. Now, let's say, for example, let's use the same numbers. Let's say I put 100,000 in and you put 50,000 in, right? Then that means that when we recoup, because that doesn't mean that you should get a third, that just means that you put in 50,000. So you get your 50,000 back, I get my 100,000 back, and then after the profit, we need to figure out exactly what these contracts look like in order for us to be able to be successful. And that's why you got to have your paperwork together in the very beginning. That's why you got to have your paperwork together in the beginning. Recouping don't necessarily mean that you have an equal partnership. Verbal agreements matter. Handshake agreements matter. Written agreements are better. Verbal agreements matter. Handshake agreements matter as long as you can prove that you actually did that. But written agreements are better.
Right?
That's a partnership.
Not revenue split, not all this other bullshit. But from not profit sharing, from equity ownership.
Correct.
That's easy math, not 5%. Mm-hmm. It's more like 27%.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I'm here with the pivot. And we weren't gonna do another podcast. Mm-hmm. We just said, man, this ain't right. We're gonna leave this. And whatever happened after that is gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And that's the real shit that we never really, it's more. Mm-hmm. People are a whole lot of stuff. But we try not to get messy. But when you see the other side attempting to take the high road, but it comes out as bullshit, mm-hmm. then you got to come out and say, you know what? That ain't all the way true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It might be some truth sprinkled.
That watch is hitting. I'm going to give him that. That watch is hitting.
In there, but the 11 million, that's what you probably put in the gym, but you didn't put that in the podcast. It wasn't nowhere near.
I agree with that. He got a point right there. I'm not going into the. When I heard Brandon Marshall say he put in 10 million on the other show, come on, bro. I believe that he's telling the absolute truth. I believe that he feels that they right. And I believe that Brandon Marshall feels like he right. However, I think that people don't really understand how to look at stuff from a business perspective, A. And then B, I also believe that they telling the truth about that whole 10 million, 11 million thing. If you put a bunch of money or you invested in this gym or this whole branding with the gym, the podcast you can't then use the podcast as leverage for that as far as against the people that you're supposed to be doing business with. That's a completely different entity. Yeah, this is wild.
$1 million for no fucking podcast.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm curious. Yeah,
that's just my side.
And Freddie, and
he just started smiling.
He's funny. But
hey, Channing just started smiling.
Like, I see what
I'm
you
still dancing around a little bit.
He's still dancing around a little bit, but
that's the gist.
Man, first off, let's keep it funky now.
No, keep it funky.
Like, that's the name of it. Let's keep it a buck.
I'll tell you this, Cam. You got to respect your dudes. Mm-hmm. You got to respect I don't, well, you was cussing. You gotta respect your niggas.
Yeah.
If you and your niggas start something together, the respect has to be there.
Yes, sir.
And you gotta do it. And even on some nigga shit, like Freddie said, if we were to start Funky Friday with us four, and it blows up like it has,
right,
then all love to you, bro. I watch every single episode.
Yes, sir.
When it does blow up, you gonna be like, bruh, it's 4 of us.
We at the
25,
table.
25, 25,
We at
25.
the table.
No.
We're a team.
Yes, sir.
No. And that's where we all disagree. That's where we all disagree. Because you can't say, because it's not equal risk. And that's what people don't understand. You don't just give 25, 25, 25, 25. And that's not mathing for me. Because I have to take more risk as far as what it is that I'm investing. If I built the studio, right? Let's say I built the studio or I've been building this platform or whatever, right? And that's why I pay people or I take care of business and I'm always on top of things, or I might, like Charleston or whatever. Like I pay people a very nice sum of money that they agree to, or I might even give them extra. I'll be sending money, bonuses, all kind of stuff, right? Even without it, because it's mine, bro. I built this. This is my platform. If I invest all of this different money into the process, I built the studio, I'm live streaming every day or whatever, so on and so forth, and then you with me and it blow up, what makes you think you deserve 50% of it just because of it? Because you didn't take equal risk. Okay, so if it don't blow up, do I get a check from you for all of the money that I invested in it in order to ensure that it was successful, but it wasn't successful? Because I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a lot of businesses where I don't want a partner because I don't want you to feel a certain type of way if it doesn't hit, right? I'm willing to fail on my own, but are you willing to fail with me? Because every business ain't going to be successful. Every business ain't going to hit. You're not going to be able to sell it. You're not going to be able to get out of it. You don't have an exit strategy, all of this other type of stuff, right? And so if it fails, are you willing to take the hit along with me? And if you're not willing to take the hit with me, then how do you deserve an equal partnership in it when it's not? That's just like man, this is wild. This is wild.
A partnership.
We gotta cut it up.
Yes,
we gotta
sir.
pay the overhead, whatever you pay for these cameras, for these producers, pay that, and then whatever the net is, anybody knows money is net and gross.
No.
So pay that.
What about risk? What about that? It's not that simple. It's not that simple. Right? That's why men often at times in relationships say, no, you're not going to see me at the end of at the finish line and then get married to me and then think that you deserve half of what it is that I built. No, because I took the risk. I'm the person that decided that I wanted to go into this field. I'm the person that started the business or whatever like that. You can't have my shit. No. People be coming in all the time and they jump on the panel and all of a sudden they start feeling entitled to stuff. And I'll be like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? I'm doing you a favor and giving you more visibility as a result of you jumping on my panel. I do shit for free all the time. Do I then deserve a portion of what it is that I decided to do for free in order to continue to bring visibility to your platform because it blew up? No, I don't. I don't deserve anything. The only thing I deserve is if I negotiated an upfront fee or whatever it is that I deserve, you get what you negotiate, not what it is that you think that you owe. This is how black people do business. Black people do business based off of their feelings. They don't do business based off of what makes the most sense.
And then that's net.
Mm-hmm.
That's what your net brought in. From there, us four should profit.
Mm-hmm.
And we should cut it up. And that's where we went wrong, is where we weren't going to cut up the net. Oh, I bought the cameras. Oh, I paid the producers. Oh, I paid this. Pay everybody. And when this final check comes in, let's cut it up 4 ways.
What do you mean pay everybody? And then when the check come in, cut it 4 ways? No, nope. We own completely. So you did all the investment and then you did all the investment and then you got to pay everybody. And then now when the check come in, now we going to split it 4 ways. Where the fuck they do that at? Hoppo. Where they do that at? Where? I ain't never heard of nothing like that in my entire life. I ain't never heard of nothing like that in my entire life. You came with the idea. You paid for the cameras. You paid for the producers. You paid for the editors. You paid for everything. And now we supposed to split everything 4 ways. What? Let me rewind what he just said real quick. Just let me make sure.
And then that's net. That's what your net brought in. From there, us four should profit. And we should cut it up. And that's where we went wrong. Is where we weren't gonna cut up the net. Oh, I bought the cameras. Oh, I bought I paid the producers. Oh, I paid this. Pay everybody. And when this final check comes in, let's cut it up 4 ways.
Yeah.
Reggie Wayne was a part of it. Reggie Wayne got out of there because he saw that the pie wasn't gonna get cut right.
That was the first thing Reg said.
That was the first thing Reg said. He's not gonna cut the pie right. Ocho comes in.
Ocho don't care about the business. He's doing.
Ocho's not worried about that. Ocho is gonna be Ocho. You know what I'm saying? Ocho's gonna be, and I love Ocho.
Got his own brand.
We just ate dinner. We was dinner with the wives the other night.
Yes, sir.
Down there on South Beach. And Ocho gonna be Ocho. Ocho
Right.
gonna do him. But Ocho came on our podcast already. But you have to cut up the business right. And that's what I know with these fellas, to get back to the good side of it, is that we have a set thing, is that we are the 3 owners of the pivot. And we make every decision together.
Yes, sir.
And we pay.
Yeah, but y'all established that in the very beginning. Y'all established that in the very beginning.
And we pay our producers.
That's
Because that you say pay the producer, ain't nobody get paid.
right.
That's just the real shit.
Pay everybody, and we make every decision that we want to do, whatever we want to
Right.
do. Coming up here, they said Cam's available now. And we got on the text thread and said, shit, bro, we got to slide to Atlanta because
Let's rock
Cam's
and roll.
available.
Yeah.
And we made that decision together, and we're going to profit off that decision together.
Yes, sir.
The show that you did with us
Yes, sir.
is going to do numbers.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be right there to profit off the numbers together.
Right.
A lot of people don't even really understand how much YouTubers make. I think a lot of these people are disillusioned as to what it is that you really generate from a revenue perspective. And so they don't really know the true costs that come along with it. But they gonna learn. They gonna learn. They gonna learn today. They talking about the show that y'all did. It's gonna do numbers. And we gonna bust it down and make money. I don't think that most people really understand how to look at most things from a business perspective, but that's just me. That's just me personally. I think that it's off. I don't think that this is making sense. And as a result of it, this is why you see people fall out, is because they don't understand it from a business perspective. But anyways, neither here nor there. Let me read these super chats, and then we're going to go ahead and get y'all up out of here. Make sure y'all tune in to Q&A tonight. My dog Angerman says he's on his way to pick up some. Oh, yeah, you said that one already. Shout out to Angerman. So Original says, at the Chrysler Plantation tuning in, just joined the Patreon 3 days ago. Shout out to all of my new bag chasers and Patreon members. We got more members than we've ever had before. Today I am dropping the exact place that we're going to do the next Patreon meetup. And then I should be dropping a video and or doing a webinar this week in order to be able to add more value into your lives. Hopefully with my guy Pocket Watching with JT. Shout out to Soul Original. Spaces says Channing looking like a high quality TI. Listen, make sure y'all tap in. Patreon members, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm on your way out the door. Get your Tej Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. I love you guys. I appreciate you, but I need you to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. I love you. I appreciate you. You guys are the absolute most phenomenal audience in the world. This weekend, Friday, I actually am going to be doing this show from Los Angeles. Yep, I should be doing this show from Los Angeles on Friday. So looking forward to kicking it with y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be easy.